Hello, welcome back to the Dragon and Bear Show, where we are continuing DC animated movie universe binge watch. Specifically, obviously, the actual connected storylines and not the random ass one shots. Even though this kind of feels like a random one shot since there's
Yeah.
no connection to anything, but the internet says it's part of the story, so it's part of the story. Obviously, I'm the Dragon King Thomas Hughes. Obviously, I'm joined by Geeky Bear, aka Alex, because today
Hello?
we're talking about the Constantine solo outing. Constantine, City of Demons, the movie. Because you have to put the movie at the end since it's actually, there's two things called this. There's the
Yeah.
5 part, well, 6 part technically, mini series they did on CW Seed, which is very similar to what they did with Vixen and Freedom Fighter Ray. And obviously, then there's the actual movie connecting them all together.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're talking about the movie since it's the actual less keep clicking off on next
Yeah.
episode, next episode, next episode. Plus, it's like it's spread out like 6 minute episodes or something stupid like that, and then like a
Mm.
40 minute episode. Fuck that! Just watch the full hour, 30 minutes. Um, but yes, obviously, this as I said, this feels very much like a one shot because there's no Justice League involved. There's no sort of connection to the outer universe. It's just Constantine being Constantine, and I love it.
Being I love Constantine, man.
Like specifically the Matt Ryan take on Constantine,
Mm.
because Matt
He
Ryan
fit
is perfect as Constantine.
he fits so fucking well.
It's weird to think that he was the voice of fucking Edward Kenway in the Assassin's Creed games. He was the Black Assassin in Black Flag, the pirate Assassin's Creed.
I don't know.
But
I've
it's
never
it's
played any of them.
where's the one that's about pirates? He's the main
Yeah,
guy.
I get that from the Black Flag. I know the differences, but I've never played any of them.
But yeah, it's weird to think that's where I first heard him.
Mm.
Or it's either that or the really low budget horror movie I saw with him in before. It was in a really low budget film. It was like about a killer monkeys. It wasn't very good, but I just remember him being in it. But it's weird to think of him from those to where he's now in this multiverse of Constantine projects. I mean, he's part of the animated universe. He's obviously part of the CW universe.
He's even got his own show, which was meant to be part of the CW universe, but it got cancelled halfway through the season.
Yeah, that show kind of feels like this movie in the sense that it's part of the
Yeah,
universe, but also you can say it's
it's
not
not at
part.
the same time.
So I say, you could say that Constantine series is part of the Arrowverse, and at the same time, since there's no real connections, because I mean, there was going to be like an Oliver cameo in Constantine, but it never happened. Obviously, you can then say, okay, it's not actually part of it. Obviously, it's just the same Constantine, but not that Constantine. But at the same time, you can say it's the same Constantine, which is the same for this and the other
Yeah,
movies. Since we've only had Constantine once in this universe, which was the Justice
and
League
that was
Dark.
yeah with Batman and
The rest of obviously Satana, Deadman,
yeah, that was
um,
the Deadman. To be honest, I thought Deadman was gonna be coming in this film.
the eyes, the possession parts.
Yeah, and I was like, I think that's Deadman.
I was.
Nope.
It's fair. Obviously, it's been that long since I watched this myself. I too was there going, "Is this Deadman in this?" I honest to God, I was in the same mindset as you. It's been that long since I
Yeah,
watched it. I was like so convinced to myself, is that Deadman? And then he's like, no, it's actually the city of Los Angeles reincarnated.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And we know that from the fact that she plays him in the toilets.
Mm.
That was a very interesting way of trying to get his memory up to date.
It was a very intimate scene.
It's funny though, because I like with that scene the transitions into the different characters.
Yeah,
Oh,
just different characters while riding his dick.
I do love that character. The idea of that she can sort of shape shift into different people,
Mm.
and a specific at the end shot when she's like a really old man, and she gives him
And
a kiss, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm not into that.
that's not for me.
I think
Although technically, I think
he's, I think
he's bisexual.
yeah, he is. I think he's like Toad and Yoshi. No, I think what it is just the fact it's I think it's just more the fact that it's an old bloke. I
Yeah,
feel like if it's a younger guy, he would have like been okay with it. But I think like it's because like it's a really really old guy. That's when he's just like, yeah, I'm not really into the like the old. But yeah,
mm.
it's It's an interesting character, but as I say, honestly, this is my favorite pre-outing of a solo character. See, I loved Death of Superman. I already said that's my.
Yeah,
Let me watch that. That was my favorite one. But obviously, this for me is over that
yeah,
because it's
same.
funny. It's got obviously darkness. It's got
Mhm.
blood. It's got
Got
good
magic.
action, magic. The visuals from the magic look amazing.
See, magic is my shit, man.
The
I love
character,
magic.
the characters are so good in this. It's very British
Yeah.
at times,
Yep.
especially at the start. I mean, there's a lot of like wording like throughout that's very like as a British person, you'd be like, oh
Mm.
yeah, it's quite funny. Like, oh, you see someone. Oh, what's he say? He says something about like,
Did, who did you shag, you tosser?
yeah, stuff like that. There's another comment as well when he's on about knocking him out. Like
Yeah.
if someone comes up, like you basically have to like lamp on one or something stupid like that.
Mm.
Basically, it's very English lingo at times, and I love that about
Yeah.
it. But obviously, just to point out, obviously, the last two videos we did obviously was Death and Reign of Superman.
Oof.
Uh, but this, technically speaking, is in between them in terms of release. But I
Mm.
thought it was better to cover both back to back rather than
Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah. I thought that we could do this after because obviously, as I say, in terms of release, it was Death, then Constantine, then Reign, and then the next movie. But I thought it
Mm.
would make more sense since obviously you can actually buy the Death and Reign as one big complete movie. It
Yeah.
made sense to cover them before we covered this random one shot, which is easily the best solo one in this universe,
Yeah,
and it's
definitely.
definitely up there as like one of my favorite ones
Oh my God, I look like I've got no neck.
because the humor in this movie is so good. Specifically, I think you will agree with me. This the Hellhound sort of scene when they're getting chased, and he's like, "Oh, I can't use your magic to make them vanish." And he goes, "Who do you think I am? Bend it, bloody Cumberbatch."
I know, right?
We both at the same time were like, "Oh."
Oh snap!
That's like some of the best. Like that's like the best joke, best little
DC throwing
reference.
shade at Marvel.
Um,
When did
but
this movie come out? Was it after Doctor
2018,
Strange?
2018. So yes,
Oh, okay,
Doctor Strange
so
was
that makes sense then.
2016. Yeah, so 2 years after Strange.
In my head canon, DC have Marvel shows, Marvel movies.
I mean, there's a lot of references in like the CW to like, other massive movie characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing I do love with this as well, the mini Constantines, the little devil ones. But they're very, very scouser Constantines.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate, you're gonna come out, are ya? It's just, especially at the end when he's like, "Well, you're still alive." And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. You're going to put me back in, are ya?
He's just having a
Nah,
nice little,
mate.
he's having a
I'll
nice little
do
gentle
something funny
walk, and you just see his little walk, his little fucking thing just following him, and no one can see him. It's just
Yeah.
so good.
Until someone steps on him.
But obviously, it's one of these ones where it's like it's an interesting story because obviously there's a lot of flashbacks to Newcastle. Obviously, the whole Asher storyline, which is something that was obviously constantly hinted in the live action series, and then
Yeah.
actually delved into heavily more within Legends because obviously they brought Astra into Legends as a character.
Yeah.
So obviously this deals a lot with that and the consequences of him summoning a demon to basically save her. Then it took her, and obviously that demon's back now, and he wants him to do his dirty work. And in the process, he's obviously stolen Chaz's daughter, and obviously this is quite a dark story of obviously them trying to get this kid back, no matter the cost.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a
And it
lot going on.
and it costs quite a heavy toll for a cost as well.
I was going to say, because it's like, at the same time, being a happy ending for the fact that they've won, they've killed the monster finally, they've got the daughter
To
back.
save.
It's also a very sad ending for the fact that they don't remember Chaz, and Chaz
Mm,
doesn't remember John or them. Like, everything's like, he's basically a blank slate now, and
yeah.
he's done everything to save his daughter that he doesn't know he has. And it's quite a sad ending.
Mm,
But as at the same time, it's a happy ending because she's still alive. But at what cost?
yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely one of those ones that does well at balancing its darkness and its humor.
Yeah. It's very well thought out. But I see you get that a lot with Constantine. It's well balanced with darkness and humor
Yeah,
anyway. Like in any kind of way that Constantine's there.
and so it definitely captures the magic of his character more in animation.
Ah, I get that magic. Ha ha ha! Funny,
Wasn't my
funny.
intention, and I only realised it as I said it. I do like as well with this. Obviously, I do like the monster designs because there's a lot of demons you get to
Yeah.
see, and there's some really weird looking demons. But I think my favorite one is the Aztec one.
Mm.
He's pretty like a cool looking creature.
Yeah, that's the only thing about doing live action ones is that they can't. They're limited to what they can do. I mean, they can make it if they've got the budget for it. They can make it like super like menacing and scary. But with animation, all they have to do is just draw it. The imagination is what they can draw, and the designs and that were perfect for everything. Even like the spirit of Los Angeles is like different forms that she's taken in while the naughty scene was going on. You could see the differences, and the character designs were perfect and well executed.
And said the little transition between each one, like you saw the background change, and as it changed, it pans over to her, and she begins to change into
Yeah,
the character from that era. So obviously, you got like say, you sort of
the Pocahontas kind of
yeah,
character, the wolf skin one.
yeah. There's obviously the transitions there is like really well done.
Yeah,
So that's like really well executed, and they said the animation is perfect.
mm,
It is a nice switch up to obviously a Justice League focused story. It is very nice to take that
yeah,
step back and actually do a solo movie without having to worry about other things around it. Because that's the thing with like when we finally got the Superman solo movie, it was still dealing
mm,
with the Justice League side of it. So whereas if you look
yeah.
at
Just to were quite heavily prominent in the just Superman solo ones.
whereas you look at the early Batman, well, not just necessarily the early Batman ones, but the Batman ones in general,
Mm.
they're pretty much just Batman and his family.
Batman, the Bat Family,
It,
and all that. Like,
it very rarely put focus on the League, really.
mm,
It was literally just about Batman. I know the next one that we're going to watch, that does have some Justice League members in, but it very rarely focused on
mm,
Justice League. It is literally a full-on
yeah,
Batman one, but as when it went to Superman, they basically heavily focused on the Justice League being involved in both parts. Even when they sort of wrote them
yeah,
out by getting their ass kicked or teleported, that was still a plot point within it. Whereas
yeah,
this, nothing to Justice League. It's literally Constantine going from England to Los Angeles to basically save
yeah,
his friend's daughter. Simple as that. And that is a nice change of pace. Don't get me wrong, I think it would have been cool for references,
yeah.
but I do like the plain, like the blank slate of it. You can literally watch this without having to worry about the rest of the universe. Because it's literally, that's what I mean by kind of one shot. You can get away with not even watching any of the other DC ones up to this
Oh,
point.
definitely,
You can literally just
definitely.
jump in on this one and not worry about the backstory, the lore. Because I mean, at this point, we're like, I mean, we've what we got one, two, we
Got
got
like another five,
no,
6.
we've got three feature lengths and we've
Yeah,
got one short.
I'd say 4.
So yeah, basically, so we're basically really close to the end. So there's a lot of backstory and a lot of lore already in this universe, specifically on the dark side front. And obviously Superman and
Yeah,
Batman and the Bat family and whatnot. So it isn't, you literally can jump into this and not have to worry about all that knowledge. Yeah, it's great to have that knowledge, but it won't affect your experience within this movie or
yeah,
miniseries, depending on which version you watch of it. But
but
yeah,
yeah, it's so good. The music, it's
oh
quite
yes,
mesmerizing. It's very enchanting as well.
I always
I
noticed that with
was,
Constantine. Every time he's like in like the live
mm,
action CW shows, the obviously his own TV show, the Justice League Dark, and this. Obviously, the music choice they use for him and obviously stuff involving his dark magic is
yeah,
always so spot on, as you say, mesmerizing. It's like really nice to listen to, and it's really like groundbreaking.
Yeah, for sure. It's the first time I've actually like commented on the music before you have.
And so you're usually there going, I wasn't listening. I was too busy. I was too busy looking at the animation.
Look, it's not that I wasn't. It's not that I wasn't really listening. It's just that it just blends in for me, and it's one of them things I just don't pick up on, but very often.
So you beat me
But
to
when
it.
I do,
You beat me to the punch.
yeah. But when I do pick up on it, I pick up on it.
That's a good sign then. If
Mm,
you actually picked up on it, that means it actually banged on your
impacted.
eardrums. It was like,
Yeah.
hey, listen to me, Alex. We're
Hey,
good.
hey, listen.
I mean, this
Yeah.
movie is pretty gory as well.
Oh, definitely. Like the amount of
I mean, from
what
the
is it?
get go,
Yeah. You get the blood from the little demon
yeah, when he's
thing.
smashing them and all that. You
Um,
should have a blood like really like a soul bath that's full of like blood and
mm,
whatnot.
body corpses and all that. You've got the musical instruments made out of people.
Yeah, you got the black and white films, the silent
Yeah,
films where you keep seeing like people getting fucking slaughtered and eaten and whatnot. It's like whoa, like this like pushes beyond that limit. That obviously this franchise up to this point was always had a bit of blood here and there, but it was
yeah.
never pushed heavily. It was always something that was here and there, but it wasn't too over the top. Whereas this pushes beyond that boundary, and I feel like it kind of needs
Like,
to because it's Constantine. He needs that
edginess.
edginess to basically different himself from the rest of this franchise.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't in Justice League Dark for no reason.
Exactly. It needs to be dark.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
yeah, it's a it's a very very good movie.
Definitely.
You think of anything else you want to say about it?
No, not really. I've got my rating already.
I've also got my rating. I feel like I've been changing my rating constantly while watching it. I was like, it's this. No, it's this. No, it's this. I'm going with this. No, it's this, Tom.
Well, I'm rating it a 5 out of 5.
Hey, hey. Same.
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 That's why I was like, Tom normally goes first for this, but I'll do it first this time.
Same.
Just so he can copy me.
I agree with the 5 out of 5. I was like, at first I was like 4.8, and I was watching, I was like 4.9. No, it's a 5.
Mm.
I was just constantly going up. Like,
It's so good.
it is really good. On my IMDb, it's like, I've got give it like a 9 out of 10, but
Mm.
as I was watching, I was like, it deserves more
No.
than that. It deserves to equally be the same level as Justice League Dark for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's that good. It's definitely the best.
Anytime John Constantine shows up, it's gonna be a good one.
Okay, that's why I can't wait for the last two ones we're going to cover, because that's basically Constantine's like a heavy focus of them. Even
Oh,
though,
I do wonder though.
well,
That's an interesting noise. Um, John Constantine becoming Doctor Fate.
what do you mean?
I wonder if it's ever happened.
Google it yourself afterwards.
I will. I will. Because that's gonna be if he ever becomes Doctor Fate, then fuck me, everyone's gonna be fucking dead.
Okay. Well, that is it. Obviously, you can put your thoughts on the film if you've seen it in the
Down
comments
below.
below. Obviously not next week, tomorrow, because we're back to back ones.
Yep.
We're going to be covering the final of the Bat Family movies, the end of the Batman quadrilogy. A movie I
Yeah.
forgot that existed very early on when I thought Batman Bad Blood was the final one, and then I remembered, shit, no, this movie exists.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign if I forgot this movie exists.
Tom. Tom.
Oh
Hush.
yes, it's Batman Hush. I really hope it's not a terrible film if I've already forgot that it even existed.
Um, I don't remember it being horrible, but it was when it first came out, so it's quite a while since I've watched it.
Yep. So yeah, we're obviously going to cover that tomorrow. So we hope you
Enjoy.
enjoyed, and we shall see you.
Make sure
Another. Oh,
make sure you slash that subscribe button with your dragon talons. And we'll see you.
I was wondering where he was going with that then.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And, well, I'll see you on the next video.